Hi, I'm Peter from RTX, and I'm going to show you all the steps you need to do to upgrade your RTX4100 Wi-Fi module from version 1.2 to version 1.3. And since you're watching this video, I expect you've already been at the RTX download center, where you need to download two files. Now, one of them would be the SDK version 1.3034. The other one is the platform firmware update pack 13029. And don't be confused by the difference in the last two digits. It's because they can be released independently. So the first thing you want to do is to install the SDK for the RTX4100. Simply double click the file and let the tool install. And you'll also be installing a number of tools that are needed later on in this upgrade procedure. Next thing to do is to unzip the firmware update pack, and I've already done that. And if we look at what is in there, you'll find a document and you'll find a number of files that are needed to do the update. Let's open up the documentation here, and I'm gonna go through all the steps here in this document, and it may be a bit seems like a long procedure, but all these steps are needed at this time to do a full update. So the first thing you want to do is to download an additional tool called TerraTerm, and you can do this from the link that is in the document. The next thing you want to do is to connect your board to a PC, and I've already done that. And on my PC it looks like this. I have the docking station connected to my PC with the USB cable, and I also have my wireless sense application board mounted here on the back side, and you can see that I've removed the batteries. And I've done this on purpose because I want to make sure that I'm running off USB power. So I suggest you do the same. Right, let's get started. Connect the docking station, already done. And the first thing we want to do is to make sure that we have all the COM ports in the right place. So you open up your Windows Device Manager and you'll see two COM ports being enabled here on your platform. The highest number is the one you use for the terminal application, and the lowest number is the one you use for doing all this upgrade. So first of all, let's check the version number in our board. We do this by opening PuTTY and opening up a serial port with 96 speed at the highest numbered COM port on your system. On my system it's COM port 13. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on the power of my docking station here, and the device boots. I'm now running the terminal and I'm doing a version command, and I can see the version number in my terminal here is 12018, so that definitely needs to be updated. Okay, so we keep PuTTY running here on the highest numbered COM port, because now we're going to use the lowest numbered COM port. On my system this is 12. So let's open up TerraTerm, select serial and the highest numbered COM port. This is 12. I'm just gonna go in here and check the setup, and I can see I have 115 200 bits per second, which is good. Okay, so I'm gonna bring my RTX4100 into boot mode now. And on the docking station you'll see a red button. So you power off your docking station, press the red boot button, power on the docking station, keep the boot button pressed, and release it. So you'll see here you get a bootloader version with a chip ID coming out. Good. So now in boot mode. The next step here is very important. Make sure that you don't disconnect your USB cable or anything else, or you can break your board. So what you want to do here in TerraTerm while you're in the bootloader is to insert a capital D or press capital D, and that's the only thing you should do. You shouldn't press anything else. Capital D, get a ready command back, and after a few seconds you'll also get a capital C back. This is normal. So we're proceeding to the next step, going into the file menu, X modem, send, and I'm going into my update pack where I unzipped it, and I can see two files a loader file and a prompt file. Right now I'm gonna use the loader file. So make sure you have CRC checked here and press the loader file. So after the loader has been downloaded, we proceed to the next command, which is a small U for updating the platform. Again, we get a ready bag, go into the file menu, transfer, Xmodem, send, and we choose the prompt file. It's being downloaded into the RTX4100 now. And the bootloader responds with the CRC code, meaning everything is okay. So I can now close down TerraTerm and proceed to the next step. And the next step is to update the Wi-Fi firmware. Again, we go into the documentation pack. There is an exe file called FWAR4100. So I'm going to double click on that one. And it comes back with an error message saying not able to communicate. But what we could also see here is that it would launch our RTX port server. So I'm going to do that. And go into the setup menu. Make sure I have the right COM port set here for UART COM port 12. Windows-based flow control. Okay. And let me turn off the power of my board. I'm going to turn it back on again. Here we go. And run the exe file one more time. So what I did here with the RTX port server was to make sure that it was using the COM port 12 that was before used by TerraTerm, but now I've closed down TerraTerm, using it for the port server now, and I power cycled my board before doing this step. This is very important. While this one is downloading, I can tell you about one additional error message that you may see. If you get this error message here that says I need MS-VCR100 DLL missing on your system, you can go into Microsoft on the links in the documentation here and download them. They're also needed for the application. So my download is almost fully complete here, 100%, and the exe file should close down automatically. There we go. Last step is to verify the update, and now I'm going to put in a new terminal program, and for that use I'm going to use the Cola controller that comes along with the installed SDK. But before I do that, let me just power cycle my board, turn it off and back on again, and launching the Cola controller here. And I'm going to locate the terminal program in my SDK. And press the update button. So I'm updating my terminal here. The terminal has already been pre-compiled in your SDK after download. Let me press the refresh here, and I can see I have one free 34 terminal running. So in my PuTTY window, I'm power cycling my board again. My shell starts up, writing the help command and the version command. And my platform version says 13029, which is the one I wanted, and terminal version 13034, which is the one in the SDK. Now, if you have built your own terminal here using this SDK, your terminal version here would say 10000. This is because you built it yourself. But I take the one that officially comes off the SDK, so I'm getting the released version number in it. So that's it. You have successfully upgraded your entire RTX4100 to a new platform.